So, IG Cardinal. Now, you ever heard of that company? Sometimes you look at a piece of glass, it'll have a little stamp on it. Cardinal's one of the biggest manufacturers of flat glass in America. Now, they sell glass to Anderson, Pella, and Marvin, and all these big window manufacturers. Big, gigantic sheets of flat glass. And then they cut it, and then they take up the aluminum strip, and they glue the strips to the metal strip, and then they stick them in wood and vinyl windows. They did accelerated testing at IG Cardinal. Now, accelerated testing is where you take a product and you put it into a lab and throw the environments at it in a faster, in an accelerated manner, like sleet and rain and cold and hot and that kind of thing. And their conclusion, which the window industry sued IG Cardinal to get them not to publish this information, which they won the suit and they did publish it, is that the average seal between these panes of glass fails within the first 3 to 5 years. Now, new information about that little bag of desiccant, I'm not even sure what's in it. It says, do not eat. Induce vomiting. It's inside here. We now know that that will absorb moisture for about 4 years before it fails and will never absorb moisture again. So, your window seals start to fail in really cheap windows right away, and you get moisture in there, but it gets down those little holes in the metal strip, goes into the desiccant, and it's absorbed, so you don't see it for a while. But by the time a window is 7, 8, 9 years old, it's really losing its effectiveness in the air gap because the seals have failed, and the moisture is taken over in there, and then moisture will start to build up. You see it all the time in windows. Now, there are some occasions. Some companies with a higher end product that they make will do dual or triple sealing, where there's 3 different sealers between the glass in case one would fail. So if you're looking at new insulated glass windows, that's the only way to go, to dual or triple sealing. Single sealed windows are the norm in the industry, and they're just not any good. Now, we understand the air gap makes some sense, all right? But this is an air gap in here of about 3/8 of an inch. It's not very much. The more of an air gap you have, all the way up to almost 2 inches, the better insulation you get. Well, where did you get about 1.5 to 2 inches of an air gap in an old house window? Between the primary window sashes, one on the top, one on the bottom, and storm windows. You see, a window sash was never intended to take a direct hit from the weather. You see that window? That is no storm on it. It gets bombed by the weather every single time it rains. The double hung window, one on the top and one on the bottom, was invented in the 1400s as an air conditioning system. That's the only reason it was invented. And we're not using this window right now the way it should be. If we were using this window the way it should be used, the way that a double hung was designed to be used, we'd be dropping this top sash, which we can't because it's all shut. Everything. We drop that 3 inches and raise the lower one about 3 inches. Now, what does that do? Infrared photography on this is fascinating. It shows all the heat and humidity flying out the top sash, that 3-inch gap, and cool breezes coming in through the bottom.